My beloved child, before you decide that this message is just another story, stay with me for a little longer, because what you are about to hear is unlike anything you expected today. There is a reason your eyes stopped here at this exact moment. There is a reason your heart felt the urge to keep watching instead of scrolling away. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. In the middle of January, someone will make a choice that could change the direction of your journey, not because they are more powerful than you, but because hidden intentions are often disguised behind ordinary smiles. This is not about living in fear. It is about seeing clearly what has remained invisible. Before that moment arrives, one image will appear in a place you least expect. At first it will seem ordinary, almost meaningless, but the more you look, the more you will realize it carries a reminder you were meant to notice. Most people ignore moments like these. They move too quickly. They never pause long enough to understand why certain signs arrive exactly when they do. But today is different, and your decision to remain here may help you recognize what others never will. Every great turning point begins with something so small that almost everyone overlooks it. That is why you must pay attention to every word from this moment forward. Don't skip, because the next few minutes connect pieces of a puzzle that have been scattered across your life for longer than you realize. There has been someone observing your progress more closely than you think. They have watched your quiet victories, your unexpected growth, and the confidence you have slowly rebuilt. Yet appearances can be surprisingly convincing. Not every smile carries the same meaning, and not every compliment reflects the truth inside someone's heart. The remarkable part is that the picture you are about to see will not reveal a face, it will reveal a pattern. Once you recognize that pattern, events that once seemed confusing will suddenly make perfect sense. That moment of clarity is closer than you imagine, and once it arrives, you will never look at certain situations the same way again. Now listen carefully, because this is where everything begins to connect. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Before mid-January arrives, a simple encounter, a familiar place, or even a forgotten memory may bring that picture into your view. Most people would dismiss it within seconds, but you will remember this moment and understand that some reminders appear precisely when they are needed most. The greatest surprise is not who crosses your path. It is what you discover about your own wisdom, your discernment, and your ability to recognize truth beyond appearances. As this story unfolds, every detail will become more meaningful than the last, and the next revelation will uncover why this picture appears before everything else, and why its message has remained hidden until now. There is another reason you were led to this moment, and it becomes clearer with every passing second. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The picture is not meant to make you anxious. It is meant to slow you down just enough to notice what has been hidden in plain sight. Sometimes the greatest protection comes from seeing a situation differently before making a decision. A conversation that seems ordinary, an invitation that appears harmless, or an opportunity that looks perfect may deserve one more careful look. Mid-January is not important because of the date alone. It is important because it marks a moment when your discernment becomes stronger than ever before. What once seemed confusing will suddenly feel obvious, and you will realize that wisdom often arrives quietly instead of dramatically. The remarkable part is that the person connected to this story is expecting you to react the way everyone else would. They believe you will rush, assume, and overlook the small details. But your greatest strength is about to become patience. Don't skip, because the next revelation changes everything. Think back to the moments when your instincts gently told you to wait, observe, and avoid unnecessary conflict. Those quiet impressions were preparing you for what comes next. The picture serves as a reminder that clarity is always available to those who choose to pause. When others only see coincidence, you will begin to notice a pattern that has been forming for much longer than you realized. Now the story reaches an unexpected turn. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The picture is only the beginning. After it appears, another small detail will connect with it in a way that feels impossible to ignore. It may be a familiar phrase, a repeated symbol, or an unexpected encounter that suddenly makes every previous clue fit together. In that instant, you will understand that this journey was never about fearing another person. It was about recognizing your own ability to make wise choices before challenges grow larger. And what you are about to discover next will explain why this sequence had to unfold in exactly this order, revealing a truth that very few people ever notice before it is too late to learn from it. A new piece of the story is about to unfold, and this is where everything becomes impossible to ignore. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine looking at the same situation one final time, only to notice a detail that had been there from the beginning. That is exactly what is about to happen. The picture is not giving you the answer, it is inviting you to look beyond the obvious. There are moments when a person's actions speak more loudly than their words, and when you begin noticing consistency instead of promises, everything changes. The closer mid-January comes, the more clearly those small details will stand out. What once seemed ordinary will suddenly carry a meaning you never expected, and you will realize that awareness is often the greatest gift you can receive. The surprising part is that this story is not moving in the direction most people would predict. Don't skip, because the next discovery is the one that ties every clue together. You may notice someone becoming unusually interested in your choices, your plans, or the progress you have quietly made. Nothing dramatic has to happen for you to understand what is unfolding. Sometimes the biggest revelations arrive through calm observation rather than loud events. That is why the picture matters so much. It reminds you to slow down, notice patterns, and trust careful judgment instead of quick assumptions. As each clue falls into place, confidence begins replacing uncertainty, and what once felt confusing starts making perfect sense. Now the final clue for this chapter arrives. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Soon, one unexpected moment will connect the picture, the repeated patterns, and a conversation that seems completely ordinary at first. In that instant, you will recognize why every previous detail had to appear in exactly this order. The truth has never been hidden because it was impossible to find, it remained hidden because the timing was not right until now. What comes next will reveal the single detail that changes how you see this entire story, and once you notice it, you will never overlook the signs of wisdom and discernment in the same way again. There is one final connection you have not seen yet, and it is the one that gives meaning to everything that came before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Think about the moments when you felt delayed, redirected, or unexpectedly separated from certain people. At the time, none of it seemed to make sense. But as mid-January approaches, those scattered moments begin fitting together like pieces of a picture that was always waiting to be completed. The person connected to this story is not the center of what is happening, you are. Your ability to recognize truth, remain calm, and move wisely is what changes the outcome. While others rush toward conclusions, you will discover the quiet strength of waiting for clarity before taking your next step. Something else is about to happen that very few people notice until long after it has passed. Don't skip, because this detail changes everything. The picture you were told to notice is more than a reminder, it is the beginning of a completely different perspective. When you see it, memories from recent weeks may suddenly return to your mind. Small conversations, unexpected pauses, and tiny decisions that once looked meaningless will begin connecting with surprising accuracy. You will understand that wisdom often whispers instead of shouting, and that the greatest advantage is not knowing everything in advance, it is recognizing the right moment to act with confidence instead of emotion. The next chapter will reveal the final missing piece that no one expects. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What seemed like coincidence will begin to look like preparation. What seemed confusing will become remarkably clear. And when that final piece falls into place, you will realize this journey was never about being afraid of another person. It was about discovering a deeper level of discernment that has been growing inside you all along. The revelation ahead will explain why the picture appeared before everything else, and why the ending of this story is far more unexpected than anyone could have imagined. Everything has been leading to this moment, and now the hidden pattern begins to reveal itself. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a reason certain people entered your life for only a short season. There is a reason some conversations ended without explanation, while others seem to repeat the same lesson in different forms. None of those moments were random. They were quietly sharpening your ability to recognize character instead of appearances. As mid-January draws closer, you will begin noticing that the same qualities keep appearing around the same person. It is not a single action that matters, it is the pattern. Once you recognize that pattern, the uncertainty you have carried will begin to disappear, replaced by a confidence that feels calm, steady, and impossible to ignore. The remarkable truth is that the picture was never meant to answer every question. It was meant to awaken your attention. Don't skip, because the next revelation changes the entire direction of this story. Imagine realizing that what once looked like coincidence was actually preparation. Imagine understanding that every delay gave you another opportunity to see what you would have missed if everything had happened too quickly. Suddenly, small details begin connecting. A familiar expression. A repeated habit. An unexpected reaction. Each one becomes another piece of the same puzzle, and the image you were told to notice starts making more sense than ever before. Now the story reaches a point where there is no turning back. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. In the days ahead, one ordinary moment will bring every clue together in a way that feels almost unbelievable. You will not need anyone else to explain it, because the truth will become clear through what you see with your own eyes. And when that final realization arrives, you will understand that the greatest gift was never the warning itself, it was the wisdom to recognize what truly deserves your trust. What comes next will reveal the final connection that has remained hidden until this very moment, and it will change the way you look at this entire journey forever. The final pieces are beginning to settle into place, and what once seemed like separate moments are becoming one complete picture. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Soon, you will find yourself looking back and realizing that nothing was as random as it first appeared. Every pause, every unexpected delay, and every small change in direction quietly prepared you to notice what truly matters. The person connected to this story may never openly reveal their intentions, but they do not have to. Patterns always speak louder than appearances. Once you understand that, you will stop searching for dramatic signs and begin trusting the quiet clarity that has been growing within you all along. There is one final insight that many people miss. Don't skip, because this could be the most important moment of the entire journey. The picture is not valuable because of what it shows, it is valuable because of what it reminds you to do. Observe before reacting. Think before deciding. Give yourself permission to pause when everyone else is rushing ahead. That single habit has the power to change outcomes in ways you cannot imagine today. Mid-January will not simply be another point on the calendar. It will become a reminder of the day you chose wisdom over assumptions, patience over pressure, and clear judgment over confusion. As this chapter comes to an end, remember one thing above everything else. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest revelation was never about another person, it was about the strength that has been quietly developing inside you. The picture, the timing, the repeated clues, and every unexpected turn were leading to one simple truth. When you learn to recognize patterns with calm discernment, you become far more confident in the choices you make. And although this story ends here, the next chapter of your journey is only beginning, carrying a lesson that will remain with you long after this moment has passed. A quiet moment is approaching, and it will seem so ordinary that almost everyone would overlook it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. You will hear a sentence, notice a familiar expression, or witness a small action that instantly reminds you of everything you have heard so far. In that instant, the picture returns to your mind, not because it predicts the future, but because it reminds you to slow down and think clearly. What once felt uncertain will begin to make sense. You will recognize that true discernment is built one observation at a time, and that wisdom often arrives without noise or spectacle. As the days continue, another unexpected connection will appear. Don't skip, because this is the detail that changes your perspective completely. The same pattern that once seemed impossible to recognize will now stand out with remarkable clarity. You may notice that the people who genuinely value your growth bring peace, honesty, and consistency, while others leave behind confusion and uncertainty. That contrast becomes your greatest guide. Instead of reacting to appearances, you begin paying attention to actions, and those actions reveal far more than words ever could. The confidence growing inside you is not based on fear. It is based on understanding. Now the journey reaches one more unforgettable moment. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. When you finally see the full picture, you will realize that every clue was preparing you for this single realization. Your greatest strength has never been guessing what others might do, but choosing your own path with wisdom and calm. That choice changes everything. The next revelation will uncover why this lesson arrives exactly when it does, and why the ending of this story carries a meaning that extends far beyond one person, one picture, or one moment in January. There is one final layer that has remained hidden until now, and this is where the entire story takes an unexpected turn. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine standing in front of the same picture one last time, only to realize that what caught your attention first was never the most important detail. The real message has been quietly waiting in the background all along. That is often how wisdom works. It doesn't force itself to be noticed. It patiently waits until you are ready to understand it. As mid-January approaches, you will begin seeing situations with fresh eyes. Conversations that once seemed ordinary will reveal deeper meaning, and choices that once felt difficult will suddenly become much clearer. Another surprising realization is just ahead. Don't skip, because this is the moment where everything starts fitting together. The person connected to this story may never know how much you have learned, and that is perfectly fine. Your greatest advantage is not proving anything to anyone, it is quietly recognizing what deserves your time, your trust, and your energy. The picture, the repeated patterns, and the unexpected reminders have all been guiding you toward one simple truth: clarity grows when you remain calm. While others rush toward quick conclusions, you will move forward with confidence built on careful observation instead of assumptions. Now the final chapter is closer than ever. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next revelation will bring together every clue, every pattern, and every lesson into one unforgettable conclusion. When that moment arrives, you will understand why this journey began with a single picture and why it could never have been revealed all at once. Some truths become meaningful only after every piece has found its place. And when the last piece finally settles, you will discover that the greatest transformation was never outside of you, it was the wisdom, patience, and discernment that quietly grew within you from the very beginning. Everything now stands at the edge of its final revelation. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. By now you may have realized that this story was never built on coincidence. Every small clue has been leading toward one defining moment, a moment when you recognize that the strongest decisions are made with a peaceful mind, not a hurried one. As mid-January draws near, you may notice a familiar face, hear a familiar voice, or revisit a place that brings the entire picture back into focus. Suddenly, what once felt like unrelated moments will connect with remarkable clarity. You will understand why patience has been your greatest advantage all along. There is one detail that almost everyone misses, and it is the detail that changes everything. Don't skip, because what comes next is the missing piece. The picture was never asking you to focus on another person's intentions as much as it was inviting you to examine your own response. Your ability to stay calm, observe carefully, and choose wisely is what creates a different outcome. That is the hidden message behind every clue you have heard. When you stop reacting to appearances and begin paying attention to consistent actions, confusion fades away. What once seemed impossible to understand becomes surprisingly simple, and you realize that true discernment is one of the greatest gifts you can develop. Now the journey is only one step away from its conclusion. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final revelation will bring together every word, every symbol, and every pattern into one unforgettable truth. When that last connection is revealed, you will look back on this entire story with completely different eyes. The picture that seemed ordinary at first will become a lasting reminder that wisdom is not found in fear or speculation, it is found in patience, clarity, and the courage to make thoughtful choices. And the final chapter will reveal why this message reached you at exactly the right moment, when you were finally ready to understand its deepest meaning. The journey now reaches its final moment, and everything you have heard is about to come together. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Think back to the very first words of this story. They were never meant to make you search for a particular person. They were meant to help you recognize the value of wisdom before making important decisions. The picture, the repeated clues, and every unexpected connection were leading you toward a single realization. When you choose patience over impulse, clarity begins to replace uncertainty. Mid-January is simply a reminder that some moments deserve extra attention, because the smallest choices often shape the biggest outcomes. Now the hidden meaning becomes unmistakable. Don't skip, because this is the revelation everything has been building toward. The person who could influence your path is never as powerful as your ability to respond with discernment. That is the lesson hidden inside every clue. You cannot control every conversation, every opinion, or every circumstance, but you can always choose wisdom, kindness, and careful judgment. The picture was never about predicting an event. It was about reminding you that truth is often revealed through consistent actions rather than impressive words. Once you understand that, you begin walking forward with a confidence that no confusion can easily shake. As this story comes to its close, remember the message that has quietly followed you from beginning to end. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest discovery was not about another person's intentions, it was about your own growth. You have learned to notice patterns, value discernment, and trust calm reflection instead of rushing toward conclusions. That is the treasure hidden within this entire journey. Long after this video ends, may the image remain in your mind as a symbol of thoughtful choices, steady wisdom, and the quiet confidence to move forward with clarity wherever your path leads next. One final reflection remains, and it may be the most meaningful part of everything you have heard. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Days from now, you may remember this message when life presents you with a choice that seems small on the surface. Most people will rush ahead without thinking twice, but you will pause for just a moment. That brief pause will become your greatest advantage. You will notice details that others overlook, hear meaning behind ordinary words, and recognize that genuine character is revealed through consistency, not appearances. The picture that began this journey will return to your thoughts, reminding you that wisdom is rarely loud, it quietly guides those who are willing to pay attention. There is another truth that deserves to be remembered. Don't skip, because this changes how the entire story should be understood. Every experience you have lived through has strengthened your ability to make better decisions. The disappointments taught patience. The delays taught endurance. The unexpected turns taught flexibility. None of those moments were wasted. They became the foundation of the discernment you carry today. When a new opportunity appears in front of you, you will no longer be impressed by promises alone. You will look for integrity, consistency, and peace before taking your next step. That quiet confidence will become one of your greatest strengths. As this message gently comes to its close, carry one thought with you wherever you go. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest picture you will ever see is not the one outside of you. It is the one formed by your own growth, wisdom, and steady judgment. Every clue in this story was leading to that realization. Whatever mid-January brings, meet it with a calm heart, an observant mind, and the confidence that thoughtful choices create better paths. When you remember that lesson, this story will continue long after these words have ended, becoming a reminder that true clarity always arrives at the right time. A quiet ending often carries the strongest message, and this final chapter begins with exactly that. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Long after the picture fades from your memory, one lesson will remain. You will start noticing that every meaningful decision begins with a moment of stillness. While others react to what they immediately see, you will take one extra moment to understand what truly lies beneath the surface. That single habit will become the difference between confusion and clarity. Mid-January is not simply another point on the calendar, it represents the moment you choose wisdom over assumption, patience over haste, and discernment over appearances. There is one final connection that completes this entire journey. Don't skip, because this is the revelation that gives purpose to every clue you have followed. The picture was never placed before you to predict someone's actions. It was placed before you as a reminder that your greatest strength has always been your ability to observe carefully, think clearly, and move forward with confidence. Every delay, every unexpected turn, and every repeated pattern has been preparing you for this realization. The more you value truth over impressions, the more confidently you will walk into every new season of your life, no matter what it brings. Now this story reaches its final words. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. If there is one message worth carrying with you, let it be this: the future is shaped less by what others choose and more by the wisdom with which you respond. The picture, the timing, and every hidden detail were only guiding you toward that understanding. As you continue your journey, let calm judgment become your greatest companion, let patience become your quiet strength, and let every thoughtful choice remind you that the clearest path is always revealed to those who are willing to pause, observe, and move forward with confidence. The story may be reaching its end, but one final realization is still waiting for you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine looking back a few weeks from now and recognizing that this very moment changed the way you see people forever. Not because someone revealed a secret to you, but because you learned to recognize the difference between appearance and character. That lesson is far more valuable than any prediction. As mid-January approaches, you will notice that calm decisions create better outcomes than rushed reactions. The picture that started this journey will no longer seem mysterious. Instead, it will become a lasting reminder that wisdom always notices what impatience overlooks. Another surprising truth is about to settle into your heart. Don't skip, because this final insight connects every chapter of this journey. Life rarely announces its biggest lessons with loud voices or dramatic moments. More often, they arrive through quiet observations that slowly reshape your thinking. You will begin to appreciate the value of waiting before speaking, listening before judging, and understanding before deciding. Those simple choices will protect your peace far more than reacting to every situation that comes your way. The greatest strength you carry is not the ability to predict what someone else will do, it is the ability to remain steady regardless of what happens around you. Now the journey stands at its final doorway. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Everything you have heard has been leading to one unforgettable message: your future becomes brighter when your choices are guided by patience, clarity, and discernment. The picture was never the destination, it was the beginning of a new way of seeing the world. Carry that lesson with you into every conversation, every opportunity, and every new season ahead. When you do, you will discover that the greatest transformation was never outside of you. It was quietly taking place within you from the very first moment you chose to keep listening. The final page of this journey is opening, and one last truth is waiting to be discovered. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. If you have listened this far, you have already done something most people never do, you stayed long enough for the full picture to come into focus. What first appeared to be a story about someone else has quietly become a story about your own growth. Every clue, every pause, and every unexpected connection has been preparing you to see life with greater clarity. As mid-January arrives, you may find yourself remembering these words at the exact moment you need them most, and that memory alone could help you make a wiser choice than you would have made before. One final insight completes everything you have heard. Don't skip, because this is the missing piece. The greatest turning points in life rarely announce themselves with dramatic signs. They often begin with one thoughtful decision made at the right time. You have learned that patience reveals what haste conceals, that consistent actions speak louder than impressive promises, and that calm discernment is far more valuable than quick assumptions. The picture that started this entire journey was never meant to become an object of mystery. It was meant to become a symbol, a reminder that true wisdom is found by those who observe carefully and move forward with confidence instead of uncertainty. Now the journey reaches its closing moment. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Wherever your path leads after this, carry these lessons with you. Let every new opportunity be met with thoughtful judgment. Let every important decision be guided by clarity instead of pressure. And whenever life places another unexpected picture before you, remember that its greatest purpose may not be to tell you what will happen next, but to remind you of the wisdom you have already gained. That is the lasting message of this story, and it is one that can remain with you long after these words have come to an end. This is where the journey finds its true ending. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. If you have remained here from the very beginning, you now understand that the greatest revelation was never hidden inside a picture or a particular date. It was hidden inside the way you learned to think, observe, and respond. Every chapter invited you to slow down, notice the details others ignore, and value wisdom over assumptions. As the days move toward mid-January, let this message stay with you. Not as a prediction, but as a reminder that your choices become stronger when they are guided by patience, clarity, and careful discernment. One final thought deserves to remain with you long after this story ends. Don't skip, because this is the lesson that gives meaning to everything you have heard. People will continue to come and go. Situations will continue to change. New opportunities will appear, and unexpected challenges may arise. Yet through all of it, your greatest strength will always be your ability to remain calm, recognize consistent patterns, and make thoughtful decisions instead of reacting to the moment. That quiet confidence is something no one can take from you. It grows every time you choose wisdom over haste and understanding over assumption. Now the story reaches its final words. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The picture that began this entire journey has fulfilled its purpose. It encouraged you to pause, reflect, and look beyond appearances. Carry that habit into every season ahead. Let every important decision be shaped by truth rather than pressure, by patience rather than impulse, and by discernment rather than uncertainty. If you remember even one lesson from this message, let it be this: the clearest path is often revealed not to those who move the fastest, but to those who take the time to see with wisdom before taking the next step forward.